Never discourage anybody who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. A lot of you people into philosophy may be cringing right now, and why did I just quote Plato? I don't know. Did Plato say some controversial things back in his day? Of course. But that statement right there is kind of the core reason why I started fitness, and, just describes my attitude towards fitness in my everyday life, which is kind of the reason I wanted to make this video. I made a video like this similar about a couple months ago whenever I first started, communicating and getting in everything with First Form. But I'm I'm less camera shy right now than I was way back then. So I kind of just wanted to go into more detail and kind of explain why I think I should be the next First Form athlete. And, overall just kind of give y'all an idea of why I joined fitness and, what I go through my everyday life, as well as the struggles I faced along the way. I also want to get into why I joined the search in the first place because, as y'all can probably tell, I'm a lot younger than many of my fellow athletes, and they have their reasons for joining and I have mine. So that's kind of what I want to explain to you guys today. So without further ado, this is the start of my First Form athlete search video, part 2. All right, so for those of you who've seen the other video like this, y'all probably remember that I used to be extremely self-conscious about my body to the point where I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror because, as I got older, I kept seeing a disconnect between me and my peers in terms of, body appearance and, muscle gain. And I played soccer at the time, so I considered myself pretty athletic. But looking at my peers and stuff, I just didn't see myself reaching their level because, they just had better bodies than me. And whenever I wanted that to change, I looked up, a bunch of conflicting fitness advice. There's things all over Google telling you what to do and what not to do, and there's things conflicting between those. And the main things I kind of learned was, eat more to get bigger and work out. And, with that advice, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I didn't want to talk to people because I was extremely embarrassed. And I know this is kind of moving into a sob story, feel bad for me. But this is just how my life was. I, tried to work out every day. I did push-ups and sit-ups and, I ate a bunch. But I just didn't see myself progressing because I wasn't doing the proper things for my body that I thought I was. So after about some time of not seeing these results, I kind of sucked up my fear of, being embarrassed, and I started talking to people. I started talking to my coaches, my ROTC instructors, some personal trainers I knew, even my doctor and my physician. I just didn't really know exactly what to do, and after getting some recommendations, stuff that actually would have helped me, I started seeing a bit of results, and after a couple months, I started liking what I was doing. I worked out almost every day, I ate right, and, I overall just saw a better progression in my body. I have to admit, up until that point, I was working out entirely for myself and, just to have a better appearance for those around me. I was kind of self-centered, but at the same time, I just wanted to see my progression. I didn't really care about, what other people were doing. I just kind of cared about for myself. That all changed one day whenever one of my classmates asked me for some fitness advice. And this is going to sound kind of corny and cheesy and maybe a bit cringy, but, I just kind of felt a lot of joy and happiness because, there I was a long time ago, some naive little kid who was extremely scrawny and didn't really know what I was doing, but now I am. Some guy asked me for fitness advice out of all people. And, up until that point, I was working out, off and on. I had a semi-okay diet, but, he still saw me as a kind of person to look up to in terms of fitness, which kind of overall just made my attitude toward fitness entirely different. And from that point on, I started making my fitness journey about helping myself as well as those around me. The months after that, I started looking into a few nutritional classes, a few, workout classes and stuff like that, just to get a better understanding of, how to conduct myself, how to, treat myself better, also how to give advice to other people who may be, stuck in the same position I was back then. I didn't know who to talk to. I was embarrassed to talk to people, and I kind of just wanted them to get a foot in the door into fitness because there was an extremely hard time for me to, just start my fitness journey. Until I started talking to people, I had no idea what I was doing. And that kind of ties into why I joined the athlete search in the first place. Everybody has their reasons for joining, but me personally, I feel as though if I was a sponsored athlete or, a brand ambassador, I could help those around me who may be, or, may have been stuck in a position where I was, who didn't want to talk to people, who didn't want to take any advice because I was really self-conscious and I just didn't know what to do. I thought I could do it myself. And, as we saw, or as you probably heard by my examples, not having the proper advice and looking stuff up on Google is not necessarily the best thing you can do, because it can be very detrimental if you're not doing the right things for your body. So I know I don't have, the biggest arms, the biggest abs, the biggest chest, but I feel as though people older or younger than me could look up to me as, someone who can relate to them, someone who's been through what they're going through right now, and can overall just, ask me about how I've improved upon myself over the past couple years, and just overall, how to start their fitness journey off good. And again, this may sound cheesy, but, as I've evolved my lifestyle into more fitness focused, and people text me every now and then asking for fitness advice, nutritional advice, I always, just get happy about it, because I used to be some naive little kid, but now I have people looking up to me for advice and saying, hey, he's fit, he knows what he's doing, he knows what he's talking about. And that overall just brings a smile to my face, because I know I've improved from where I used to be when I didn't think I could. And yeah, just overall, when people text me, and it just brings a really big smile to my face. And if I was a sponsored athlete or a brand ambassador, I could help way more people than I have now. That's why I've chosen, many people probably know my main passion is kind of aerospace engineering, that kind of stuff. But as I go along with my life, I want to stay fit. I want to stay, in this fitness lifestyle. I still want to help people. So I've decided I want to either major or minor in, health sciences, nutritional sciences, and all the good stuff like that. So I can get, a personal trainer job or something like that on the side, because I do love helping people. I do love, seeing the change in people after they get proper advice. I love seeing people improve their lives for the better, because not many people know the health benefits that working out and proper diet can do for you. I know I'm kind of dragging this on, but just one more example of, just things that make me so happy is that there's this one guy at the gym I go to. He's a paraplegic. He had type 1 diabetes, I believe. And, we've been communicating, and, we've been seeing each other at the gym for a couple months now. And just us communicating and me seeing the change in him, because he's putting in that work, despite, not having a leg, not having function in one of his other legs, he's still putting in that work. He's still working hard to change himself for the better. And, just seeing his body and his mindset and his nutrition, evolve throughout the months, it just kind of makes me happy, because he's doing something for the better of himself. Whenever people can be really sad after, losing a body part, becoming an amputee, and just stuff like that just kind of makes me really happy, to the point where I just love seeing it. And again, as a sponsored athlete or a brand ambassador, I feel like as though I could help way more people, and, just overall spread better advice about fitness and, body health and, all that good stuff. But I kind of just want to leave y'all with this, that quote I said at the beginning. That's what it all kind of ties back to. If someone's putting in that work, if someone's trying their hardest, you have no right to discourage them. Like, they're trying to improve themselves for the better, and the way they're doing it is probably just fine. And, anybody trying to improve themselves mentally, physically, or emotionally, they deserve all the respect in the world, because not many people have the courage to do it. But that kind of ends this video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, of course. But have a great day. Bye.